welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, on this channel we talk about law of attraction, spiritual development, and making you believe that all things are possible one step at a time. So, as you can see from the title, I wanted to talk about happiness. And not only am I coming across this topic quite often in the last few weeks of my life, I've had some people come up to me and just tell me certain stories, and you know, it seems pretty relatable in different situations. So I wanted to jump on this topic and just give my point of view and see, I don't know, if anyone wants to take my words into consideration at all. So I was listening to a Tosh song earlier, and the title of that song was Can't Buy Happiness. And I thought about that a little bit because you can't buy happiness, no, but I feel like all of us as individual human beings, we seek out to find happiness in a lot of different places. So whether that be a career, whether that be relationship, friendship, family, you know, happiness can come into a lot of different forms. And although I always speak highly of going after what you want, whatever you're passionate about, go do that. But sometimes we can have different intentions towards a situation because we are waiting for that XYZ to feed us our happiness, to feed us validation or what have you. And I just want to have a little reminder that these things, all of these things, whether they are a job, whether they are a car, whether they are a friend, whether they are a partner, relationship, family even, they are all temporary. Everything that comes into our life is temporary. So if we're holding an attachment, which is an emotional attachment towards a certain thing or person to justify if we are going to be happy in that moment, then we're basically screwing ourselves. Because once we start relying on all these external things to feed us our happiness, we start doubting ourselves, we start downing ourselves, we stop committing to ourselves, we stop, you know what, I would even say being passionate about certain things that you want to go towards in life, because when we're seeking out for that happiness in another person or thing, we're not being true and authentic to ourselves. And as they all say, you only have you in the end. But I cannot tell you how much that is fucking true. Because even if we'll say that if you're getting into a new relationship or, I don't know, start talking to someone, that person can obviously make you happy. You go through like these little honeymoon stages, everything's peachy, but you're relying so much on that person to fill that happiness up in your life. And if that person isn't doing what they normally do, which is making you happy, then you get very, very down on yourself and just upset with life. And it's crazy to me on how much a person, another person, can make you feel like you're not worthy just because they aren't doing a certain action that you are used to. But not only that you are used to, it's when you want it, right? Because if we are waiting for a person to do something that we want and they're not doing it, we're going to get upset, right? And that just comes into the whole point of like not living in the moment. Because if you're not living in the moment, then we're literally constantly predicting what we want every situation to be from this point on. And when that's not happening the way that we want it, we start getting very down. And I don't know why our brains work that way. Well, I mean, it's because we go into flight or fight mode. So we always want to be protecting ourselves. That's the mind. And we think a lot with our mind when we are trying to structure that hard of what things are supposed to be in our life. We're not living in the heart. And the heart is just like here in the now, like what we have around us. Like what's going to come is going to come. But we need to stop predicting what we want that situation to be. And I kind of wanted to talk about this as well. since I'm kind of rolling into it right now, is preparing for the worst. And I know this goes against like the whole like law of attraction, like what you want to put out is what you want to get back. So like you don't want to put anything negative out. And me talking about this next topic is not in a negative sense. So when I mean prepare for the worst, yes, we need to be here in the moment, but if we have to keep predicting what we think is going to come into our life, then we kind of have to like work our way up into just being in the moment. So in order to do that is that you're already preparing yourself for something to not happen the way that you want it. Like, let's be smart. We're involving ourselves with other people and things. They're obviously going to go different ways and routes because those people have minds and emotions too. So it's always going to be different. So preparing for the worst. Now, yes, it sounds negative and you obviously don't want that negative energy to come towards you, but I'm not putting a negative intention towards it. I'm not putting a negative mindset and vibration in that, saying that it's going to just be a negative thing that I'm putting out. So let me try to clarify this a little bit better. If you are in a situation, and I'm just going to throw out relationship because it's the easiest thing for people to grasp onto and the easiest for me to talk about, really. So if you are in a relationship, a new relationship, once it gets to a certain point, you start questioning a lot of things. Like, is this going to be the same way? Is this person going to be trustworthy? Is this person doing this? Like, your mind just goes to those places because we've all been there, right? So that's the whole mindset thing. That's the fight or flight mode. So it's naturally going to do that unless we learn how to live from the heart. So if you are in something new, yes, you can absolutely just be like, yes, this is going to go great. And however it goes, and that's it. But we know that it's not always going to be that way. So when you prepare for the worst, you're already preparing yourself for something to happen, like it's going to end. But it doesn't have to be a negative mindset towards that. Like, I know if it happens, like obviously it's going to be a sad thing. But if we're putting ourselves into that great mindset that, wow, like this is going great, this could happen. But even if this did happen, there is so many other opportunities. There's so many other people. I've learned so many lessons through this person. And like, there's so many different scenarios that you can come up with on why that could be a good thing. Not saying that you want to gravitate that type of situation into your life if you are starting something new with someone, but I just know how it is where people start drifting off onto it's just not going to work. And then you start building onto that. But we can say it in a different way. We can say it in a different vibration where this might not work, but that's okay. And see how like that already just shifted your perspective on that situation, that instead of not living in the moment, instead of saying something negative about a certain situation that you're going through, or, you know, what have you, maybe not even going through yet, that something bad could happen, but that is okay. And you are gaining so much knowledge and lessons out of this specific person that you are with. And that's like really the best way that I can describe that. I know it might not make sense. It probably doesn't make sense because I ramble and sometimes my thoughts are just going so fast that I can't keep up with them. Preparing for the worst can be a good thing. And with law of attraction, you don't want to put anything negative out there. So if we're going through something and we obviously don't want it to not go a certain way because we always want it to go the way that we want, right? We're selfish, that's why. We all are, come on, we all are. That something might not go your way. Like, it just might not go your way, but like, just know that it's okay. It's absolutely okay. Because whatever situation we go through, no matter what, we determine our happiness. Not those temporary people, not those temporary things. We get to decide. It's the best thing in the whole world is that we get to decide exactly how our life is going to be, exactly how our emotions are going to play out in different situations. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy to shut off your emotions and what you're familiar with and go towards like a familiar feeling that we've dealt with in the past and have our mindset come out and go into these fight or flight modes. Like, it's not fun, and it's definitely not easy correcting your brain to be a certain way, and to be the version and the person that you want to be. It's going to take hard work, and I'm still learning every single day. I'm still trying every single day, and that's why I'm here on YouTube, to just help anyone that like whatever I've gone through and whatever lessons I've learned. I want to put that out there for you guys, so that there could just be at least one person that is like, I'm going through that same thing and this fucking helped. Like, that's all I care about, is just, you know, just helping that one person. And if you are in something currently, relationship, job, and you are not happy, please do yourself a favor and leave. Right now, more than ever, like I know this is happening everywhere. Everywhere's hiring. So you have so many different opportunities that you can go towards. Just do yourself a favor and be happy. Whatever you need to do to make that happen, do it. I don't take shit from anything anymore. Like, if I'm feeling a certain way and I'm not happy, I'm changing it, because I am not dealing with the stress. I'm not dealing with that chaotic shit anymore. It's just not worth it. So this was a nice little rambled on video that maybe no one is going to understand, but I hope one person does. Because our happiness is everything. And when your happiness starts going down the tube, your health starts going down the tube. And that's when we start creating dis-ease in the body, which causes the disease. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, usually if we're at our happiest, highest, healthiest self, we're at ease. But once that stress and chaoticness and all those things that we do to ourselves come into our life, we create dis-ease. And then we start getting sick, and then we start making ourselves sick. And, you know, that's just how it starts going down the tube. So I think it's worth to everyone to find happiness in everything that they're doing. We are all so unique and just talented in so many different ways. And I love people so much, because everyone just has a story, and everyone is just so different. Like, everyone is different. Like, isn't that fucking cool? Like, there's like over 7 billion people on this planet, like, and we're all fucking different. That's why you should never get down on yourself about the way that you look, because there's so many people in this world, and like, we're gonna get down on ourselves, like one out of 7 billion. Come on. Like, life is so much fun, and I just want everyone else to have fun with it too, because we're the makers of our own life. Remember that. Don't do something because someone else wants you to, or because you think that you're gonna come off more pleasing and attractive, or I don't know, whatever. Don't do that to yourself. Let your uniqueness shine fucking bright, and change whatever's not making you happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If this video resonated with you at all, please give it a thumbs up. If you feel like anyone needs to hear this video, please share it. It's only going to help me and get my word across to anyone that needs it. And if there is anything that you want to know or see, leave it in the comments below. But until my next video, I hope you stay true, and namaste.